And there we go. How's it going, Nakama? Brit is back with some One Piece manga chapter 1105. And I've got my boy today. How's it going, Samurai Drew? Who is, in fact, Luffy.
I am Luffy, and I am happy, because I am King of Pirates eventually.
Eventually. Soon to be the King of the Pirates, the one, the only. And as
Gasparilla was yesterday, and that's why I'm dressed up like this. I forgot to mention that. There you go.
Yeah. Samurai Drew is off on amazing adventures down in the One Piece version of our world, Florida. So, let's go ahead.
No,
and
yeah,
what's
what's the honeybee island with all the hive? Where Blackbeard is. That's full of lead. Yeah, that's Florida. Florida's full of lead.
I think that's very apt. I think that is very apt comparison. But with that, we've got the manga chapter 1105, The Height of Folly. And we've got a reader request, Carrot tasting a stew and preferably taste testing it. So she's taste testing a stew. So she's Carrot cooking a stew and preferably taste testing it. Sorry, that is my fault. And that is by Otamania's brother. I love.
Now, is she the leader of the minks now?
Carrot is in fact the dukedom. We've always known the males to be dukedoms. So I guess is Carrot dukeess then? So that'll be.
Is she the? Oh, wait, is the duke like a religious figure? Like, is there any religious aspects with that, or is that just more like a landowner?
I think that's more like a landowner. Or so she'd be more the
priestess.
Duchess?
The Duchess, yes, that makes sense, doesn't it? The Duke and the Duchess. Hey Google, is the Duke version of a lady a Duchess?
Interesting. Okay. Well, I always interesting things in learning here with the Warlords. So, gotta love it. But anything to discuss with this?
No, a girl can be a Duke too.
A girl can. Oh, always equal standings here with Samurai Drew.
Google's the best AI system of all time. So.
13 pages. Oh, okay, lads. Let's go ahead and jump in. I'm gonna take 2 and 3. Samurai Drew will take over at 4 and 5. So
sounds good.
Let's see what the height of folly is. We're back on Egghead, and we have Marines just streaming out of it. All ships prepare to fire. Hooray! All sailors leave the island, retreat to the ships. Back to the middle. What's happening in the center? No idea, just follow orders. Saint Satur, Admiral Borsalino. Hurry to the ship, and we have Doll. Doll's on the scene, just making sure everyone's good. Kizaru and I will remain on the island. Begin the bombardment when the ships are ready. Huh? But... Okay, so a lot's happening. And we've officially announced the bombardment and the buster call. And not any buster call, a 10 times the normal buster call. Any breakdowns on this, Samurai?
It's like the bigger Death Star, the Star Killer base. This is the buster call killer. So this is a little bit more.
Right? It's the killer of all buster calls. And probably, who knows, probably the last buster call that we'll ever see. I don't know. It's pretty...
Yeah, or if there's a third one, we're going to be like, oh, brother, I'm over this. It's just another, this better. But I mean, third time is a charm, but we need it at a smaller scale instance. Like, we need a buster call where it actually does the job, or does what it intends. Because so far we're like, oh, buster calls? We can survive this.
I mean,
we're 1 out of 2.
That's basically what Ohara was.
Right, so that's the one lost. And then the 2...
You remember Ohara, right?
That was a loss. I'm not going to... Oh, except for the books. They did not care about the books. And they said, hey, what up, Sagreen?
Oh, that's it. That's the good thing. I'm glad that it was just a bunch of jarheads who were like, huh? Books?
We don't need these books.
We don't need to shoot
That's a bunch
these
of
books.
bullshit.
We don't need to shoot these books.
Look at these nerds. They're about to die and they're throwing these books into the water. We shouldn't grab those books at all, but just make fun of them. I think that'd be good. That's probably what they're thinking.
So, Grant, how's it going, my dude?
Is there a possibility where Drew is?
No, Drew.
One more time.
Drew's at home. He's just
Oh.
he just had some Luffy cosplay he got to put on, so I am all for it.
I just changed
yeah.
up the background a little bit.
And I just had
What's
to
up?
adjust and make sure everything was all set again, so we were all good there. Alright, so Sagrain, just so you're aware, we just finished the first page, literally. So
Second page.
Well, second page, yeah, technically. First page was the little adorable carrot taste testing, and now we have the Marines filing out with Kizaru and Saint J. Garcia staying to get teleported out of there, ensure that they stay, which I'm guessing is kind of what's going on. So,
oh, I just want to mention that Luffy getting the food, and we're like, who gave him that food? Right? We haven't found that out, right?
I haven't found that out yet.
Okay, what we haven't talked about is that could be freaking Muddy Guy. Caribou. That could be Caribou. I don't know if we mentioned that idea yet, but
No,
Caribou kind of makes sense almost.
That Magreen actually had mentioned that in our stream, and that's what it was just like.
Yeah.
And we know that he does that. We know that he has food in it because he's used that before with Luffy, right? He's given Luffy food from his muck before in Wano when he got shot down. He had some food ready to go. So anyway, I'm more like 90% sure that was Caribou. So we'll see how that ends up.
Fair, very fair. So Sagrain, since you haven't really missed anything, we'll keep the rotation: me, Drew, and then you. Oh. The rhyming
Right.
just like flows. The Warlords, ladies and gentlemen. The Warlords.
We put that one.
I'm going.
Yeah.
Speaking of flowing, on to page 3. In 3, 2, 1, go. Yes, sir. And Doll is even a little shook, and everyone else is just like, oh. I'm guessing that might be my otter boy in the background. That's my otter dude in the background. I'm pretty sure he's just like, mer. So they're gonna take off. And you've got a really interesting panel, middle panel, of I thought my life was the only thing you wanted, Saint Saturn, ... It was all Saturn's reply. Egghead is packed with the fruits of the latest research in every conceivable field. Destroy it and you'll set the state of scientific progress back 100 years. Call off the Buster Call. Please, Kizaru, are you still hiding something? Perhaps something troubling from the world government? We do not need progress. It's for the sake of humanity. So, interesting. I didn't realize that Vegapunk sent everyone else on and then stayed. That's interesting.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think when Oda, somewhere during the arc, I think people got the idea that maybe Vegapunk was like kind of not bad, but made some questionable decisions.
Oh,
and I think since then, Oda's been painting Vegapunk in a very good light. So are these death signals so that that we like that Vegapunk before he dies, or is this just just trying to be like, oh no, Vegapunk is a good guy, blah blah blah. So I think this is just a lot of hype just to put the good name on Vegapunk. That he's always been good, and we should not feel bad for rooting for him and not. Yeah. Anyway.
Fair. And I 100% agree. But again, could this be Vegapunk's send off? They have this very looming impact, as it will. But in that is my last panel. Samurai Drew, I'm sending it over to you for moving on to page 4.
Here we go. Oh, we got St. Garcia. He goes, I did forget to mention that I ordered a strike against the ship that escaped this island yesterday. What? After all, it's possible that someone on board knew something about the Void Century. What ship was this? Do you guys remember this? This is just like random, right?
That's when those are the people Centauro told to take off.
Oh. I sent battleships after it to ensure there would be no survivors. And then we see Vegapunk's face go pale. How could you do such a thing? How could you?
Thank you.
They know nothing. They've committed no crimes. You, and then here's Saturn. You caused this to happen to them, Vegapunk. You broke the law, just as they did at O'Hara. You could not overcome your lust for knowledge, and so you had to go digging up the past. And, wow, yeah, Vegapunk's pissed. And we're just seeing all the horrors and the evils that Saturn's committed here. Should I keep moving on? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Move on.
Here we go. The pacifistas are in standby mode on the island. All other sailors, get to the ships. Ship 54, all green. Ship 21, all green, meaning everyone aboard. Hurry, get in the vacuum rocket while Vegapunk is distracting those guys. Oh, we're escaping. Interesting. Oh, this is really interesting. Look at this. Sanji, Frankie, let's see, who else are we picking up here? And then, one of the Vegapunks is, holding up Kuma. The chick's name, I can't remember, but we're seeing an escape right now. Look at this. We, separate ourselves from Saturn here. Sanji and I can't think of her freaking Marigold? No, I can't think of it.
Astro?
Astro? Yeah, okay. Sanji, what about Vegapunk? Don't worry, Bonnie, I'll bring him back. Come in, Nami. This is me. What's the situation? Oh yeah, we got Rocky Talkies in One Piece. We're going, what's the situation? You know, I love Rocky Talkies in an action sequence. So good. Okay. Come in, Nami. This is me. What's the situation? We're already at the back door. What's all the noise down there? And everyone's in escape mode, which is so freaking cool. All we need to do is hold back Kizaru, even if he's half on our side and half not. He's gonna have to pretend to fight someone. So we need somebody to hold off Kizaru, which I hope is Sanji. I still get my Sanji prediction. And we need someone to hold off Saint Saturn. And I can't believe Kuma's getting moved out of the situation. So now I'm also losing the bet about him blowing up Saturn.
Yeah, you weren't here for last week when we were just like... So the kill switch was just a vegetative switch, and it was just like, no boom? Oh yeah, because the whole time, St. J. Garcia Saturn's just like, so they've taken Kuma.
Hey, what are you doing? Just suck it. It's like Kuma's like looking at him like, what are you doing? What is it? He's like, any second now, any second. No. But why mention? Oh yeah, why mention a blow up thing and not blow him up?
Drew, yeah, that's literally when you jumped in and you were talking about that part, and you were just like, I heard my name. Let me jump into the stream.
Oh right. I was in like I was in the car.
That's so funny.
I think lost that one.
To Drew's point though, this is all just like running and we're moving, so I think that Segurain, you're good for 6 and 7.
Ooh, and it's a full page spread, so 6 and 7 is a good one.
Ooh. Oh!
For
yes.
half a page spread.
Even last week, my pages were full page spreads.
Hey.
There's Robin and there's Nami. There we go. They're safe.
Okay. And in the lab office, obstacle, this island's downfall. And okay, in the rear entrance of the lab office, What about Luffy? He's with you, right? Not in my line, not in my line of sight at the moment, but he's fine. Focus on yourselves. Zoro's still being held up by Lucci.
Let's go, Oscar and Lucci. Sorry.
Okay, so Jinbe went to put a stop to that, and keep him from getting lost. Oh,
Oh.
I love that.
And Zoro versus Lucci. Lucci's gone. That kitty's gone. Jinbei's
He's
about
already,
to go,
yeah.
like 2-0
Oh, yeah.
against kitties.
So Lucci's holding his own against Zoro?
A little bit.
So
I'll say a little bit.
so Zoro and Lucci are kind of on the same spec?
Oh yeah, that was.
Even if, but I mean, yeah, maybe Zoro could beat him eventually, but it sounds like he's holding him up pretty good.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And we have what is his name again? Edison. So Edison is still alive. Stella, I'm so worried. After they moved the Sunny, Luffy, Frankie, and Bunny went down toward you. So Brooke went to help Lilith, who got left behind. How many times are we gonna have to do with Buster Calls? Man, even Usopp is tired. Imagine of Robin.
Oh, she's like, oh gosh.
Well, you can see Robin really having to mentally deal with the Buster Call PTSD.
Well, she doesn't seem like she's freaking out.
It's like she's unconscious, right?
Oh, it does? I don't know.
It seems like she's trying to gather herself.
Yeah, okay, I'll give it to you. And she's like in a freaking bed right now, so yeah, maybe she's not at full Robin strength.
Okay, yeah. Here's Chopper saying you can lie down. You can lie back down, Robin. And Usopp is still panicking. Let's get out of here. Hurry up, people. The problem is the escape plan where the Vega Force 1 takes us from here to the shore. Isn't going to work anymore. Okay? Kizaru ruined it when he destroyed the robot. What? You see, in my hands, moving a ship across land is but a piece of cake. Very, very nice work, Bones. We will be back at the rare entrance in no time. Wait, so... Okay, so Lilith and Brooke are in a different place together.
In the merry-go? Are they in the merry-go right now?
Seems like it.
Because look at the little spoof at the front there. Is that Mary's back of Mary's head right there, or is this different? Or is this maybe just like one of her ships? Yeah, that'd be funny if they're taking the merry-go right now.
Also, she said moving a ship across land, so it seems to be the merry-go.
That
the bouncing sun,
or they're sliding and he froze everything ahead of it. That's what I'm gonna suggest.
Oh, I like that.
That's what I'm gonna. Those are my thoughts, but it's my turn for 8 and 9 then, right?
Yeah, perhaps.
Oh, so you mean she's pulling up Aokiji?
Yes.
Right. He's doing the soul of the bone shiver.
Bone road. Soul road. So I'm gonna go
Soul.
on to page 8 in. Or do we have any final thoughts for the panel by panel?
I already went to the next page.
Cool.
All right, let's go.
Who would have thought of turning island clouds into ice for a runway? There you go.
Hey, you're right on it.
Brilliant idea and execution. Yo, a compliment from the world's greatest scientist. That'll make anyone blush. So how do you stop it at the end? Oh, I hadn't thought that far yet. Then we're gonna slide right off. What's your plan then, genius? What do you think it should be, Lilith? So now they are just careening towards the edge. Literally.
Okay, so we're on the Thousand Sunny, and that little bubble in the corner is the bone in the other page. It's the bone of the the Thousand Sunny.
Yeah. The bow kind of thing.
The bone. The bone on the Thousand Sunny is visible on the
Oh,
left
yes.
side
Yeah.
of page 7.
Yeah.
Which is why I thought it was the Merry Go. So there we go. Okay, now we're all together now.
So her Brooke up to his little shenaniganry, not really thinking ahead. Then we have the top of the main part, which is the lava phase above the clouds is still behind its barrier. Crink chunk chunk. Fire cannons! Begin bombardment. Ah, I'm not on board yet. Destroy the central factory and the future city. Be careful of the pacifistas. So they have now begun shooting everything down while still acknowledging that the lava phase is still behind the clouds. So they're destroying the Fabo phase, the factory part.
Good use of words there.
Okay, it's the Labo phase and the Fabo phase. Wow, these are all very dynamic, so there's not really a lot to be like, oh, let's go over this part and this part.
No, yeah.
I think
The only thing I want to say is how are they transferring island clouds into ice? Now, is this the island cloud that's all around Punk Hazard right there? Or, sorry, Punk Records? Or is this island cloud that they have stored on the Sunny? I don't know. I'm going to assume it's the ones that are in the Punk Records. There's grabbing Sky Island spud on the sides and just putting it to work.
Probably has something to do with Brooke's devil fruit.
Yes. Okay. Are you guys ready for page 10?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, and from what I'm looking at, not a lot of words, so I'll describe what's going on. And so now we have a pacifista destroying things. Beep, 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 beep. And then Vegapunk is looking like, oh, all my work is just going down in flames right now. Egghead.
Do you feel bad
And
for
he
him?
looks on. And look at the artistry behind how Vegapunk is drawn. Not sloppy, but maybe a little sloppy, but like a little bit more scribbled in some of the sections, and it looks a little interesting. This is the Fabros phase. Next stop, Lavos phase. Vacuum rocket. Whoa, what is this? It's going so fast. And so yeah, they're in the hyper capsule. Shout out to Dragon Ball. And they're launching out. Yes. And okay, now we're going on. Shout out to Dragon Ball. Now into page 11. We see the little tubies and beep beep beep. Estimated travel time 32 seconds. And we got Aokiji about to stop this from happening. Ama no Marukami sword. Ama no Murakumi sword. And so this is his light sword that he used against Rayleigh. Same one. Chops the thing, and of course misses them perfectly. So that they just easily come out of the glass right there. So as far as I can see, he cut the capsule, the actual rocket, and he cut it perfectly so that it doesn't hurt anybody inside, but he cut everybody out of it and cut the tube. So a very precise slice.
Precise, for sure, yeah.
A precise slice. So that's why the only reason I mentioned that is because, is he a good guy? Is he not trying to hurt us? Is he just trying to act like he's trying to hurt us? So I'm still on Kizaru's side. I think he's a good guy.
Interesting. I just really like the fact that if you do go to the full double panel part, it has a very dynamic capsule goes up, and then you see it climbing, and then the bottom part, you can see it getting lopped off. So just very excellent paneling by Oda. Really excellent paneling.
Absolutely.
Okay, so is my turn, right?
Yes, we can go on to your part.
Okay, another double page. Oh, damn it, Kizaru. Hang on, Bunny, I'll save you. Pacifistas. It's just exquisite. shoot down Bonnie and Kuma, the daughter he gave his life to save, killed by his own clone. Daddy and Kuma's... Oh, it seems like Kuma is still moving.
He's moving
Because
again.
Yeah. And he's trying to protect Bonnie. A fitting end for the insect she is. It is the height of folly.
And there we go.
And
the
that's
name.
the title of the chapter. When I heard you would become a pirate, Bonnie, there was one awful possibility that flashed through my mind. The Navy might order the pacifistas taking your father's form to shoot his own daughter without realizing the irony of it. And Vegapunk, it is just now that Vegapunk is realizing what he has done by creating the pacifistas. Hey, that's Straw Hat, right? Can't eat anymore, can't move. Okay, Luffy's coming back. Capture him, he's one of the 4 emperors. We failed to destroy the escaped ship. Must report back to Kizaru.
Punk is just freaking out about.
Tell him they went to Egghead. Wait, tell him they went to Egghead.
Okay, who's they? Who is they? Because obviously, whatever ship went out, was not able to defeat a marine ship. You know, so.
I have a lot of questions.
So yeah, so I'm thinking somebody did that.
Yeah, especially because we had Blackbeard's ship in the background not too long ago. A Blackbeard ship.
What would they want? They just want the technology. I don't think they're, unless they're or trying to steal Robin, but they already have the 3-eyed lady. Let me check. Oh yeah. We should probably do our fun thing.
Yeah. So I think it's time to pivot into a sip and discuss, a toast to kicking butt. At this point, MVP of the chapter, as well as what could possibly be the community poll / question. It could be, is this Blackbeard incoming and imminent? So they're the ones who are feeding Luffy and all of that. That's who they are.
I got 3 possibilities, which would be Shanks, somebody from the Straw Hat crew, like one of his commanders, you know, the Straw Hat fleet. That'd be interesting. But then finally, Blackbeard or Shanks. I think Blackbeard or Shanks would be interesting. That crew.
We still don't know who Vegapunk called when he called for help at the beginning of the arc.
That's what?
I'm pretty sure that was Stussy.
But Stussy was with CP0 at that time. She wasn't in Egghead at the moment. She was with CP0. They were coming to Egghead.
The context made it sound like he was talking to Dragon when that scene was going on, but obviously that could be a misdirect. But it felt like in that scene.
Misdirect.
Yeah, the Kuma's bomb is a misdirect.
We can talk about that now officially since you're back. Was that a letdown when you read that part?
Yes. No, not yes. But we still have time. We still have time for Kuma to die. Okay, we have time for Kuma to blow up. And another really interesting thing is, okay, so Kuma's dead, right? Like, we saw that panel. You cried. You cried like a little baby boy when that happened.
Thank you for at least
Kuma...
making a boy in that scenario.
baby. Okay. Kuma is not alive. So and Vegapunk's like, yo, what? I actually have no idea what's going on. DarkBriton, slowly, I'm starting to see you again.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was on my end.
Yeah.
Again, getting new internet soon. Having to finally give it up.
That probably means on the stream, it couldn't hear me either. because you're streaming.
Well, it's gonna
the stream,
buffer
right?
out. Like in watching everything back, it buffers out when these things happen. So.
Okay, cool. All I was saying is that this is probably the Pawpaw Fruit's personality taking over Kuma. Because remember when Kuma was like, because remember way back in the island, he's like, oh, Bonnie's in trouble. Okay, how the hell did he know that, right? He's not linked up to any of the other machines. He doesn't have his personality has been deleted. He died, and his soul is gone, right? Your soul is your personality. Your soul is, not necessarily attached to your body, and we've seen that with Brooke. And so he's able to know that Bonnie was in trouble, and he's only able to make like movements towards things, right? It's like really basic stuff. And he's not saying anything, and I don't know. It just makes me think like it's just the devil fruit completely possessing him, which is great.
I think it comes into the protection of your offspring kind of thing. Just because that kind of is when he like started running towards everything, was when she was starting to get in trouble and things were happening. So yeah, I would make that connection more towards Vegapunk mentioning like it sounds like it's just the power of love, because that's just him being a parent. Because the Buccaneers ... I hate when Oda does that. I hate
he's
when Oda
very
does
good
that.
at it.
He's like, not time. It's not ready. I have it ready in my head for when this happens.
Yeah. The fact that this man is like taking out information and content from the story is just absolutely wild.
I just hope we won't get it in an SBS.
Say that one more time, Sigrid.
I just hope we won't get it in an SBS.
True. Oh, that reminded me of the King situation. That one hurt me. The King.
There's so much going on in Wano, but why not just add one of those in a damn? That could have been one Oda box or one dialogue box. That could have been anything. Are you talking about like Oda?
I know, but one Oda box goes into one more panel, and one more panel goes on one more page, and one more page goes into one more chapter. Like we were.
Here's the idea. Delete the 2 pages dedicated to the Kuma bomb. Okay, because you didn't do anything with that, and I hate it, and I wanted you to blow up Saturn with it. So obviously he must have a different idea for blowing up Saturn now. He must have a different idea of how he wants Saturn to be defeated. But why? It just doesn't make any sense to me. We'll see.
I like how for this being titled The Height of Folly, Oda he has everyone come back down, and then he's sending them back up. And now he has basically Bonnie in a situation she was basically just in, like when Saturn had her, like crushing her. But now everyone is basically like at this firing squad up in the air kind of thing. For, yes, the height of folly in the name, also very literal sense they're about at the height of folly. Yeah, just narratively, I very much like how Oda structured this. Through and through. We never really got to the MVP of the chapter. Is it Vegapunk? Is he now finally going to make the thumbnail of one of these monsters? Or is it... Yeah, I don't know who...
Wait, Vegapunk has never made it? Oh.
That's interesting.
We've never had him as the thumbnail.
Yeah, well, there you go. Well, we should do that then.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we could put him since, like, this chapter, like, it touches a lot of his weak sides. But I've seen a lot more of him. Yeah.
Well, you literally get to see his work begin to be destroyed. As he's like, also again, since he didn't go with him, because I mentioned, like, I had thought Vegapunk had like ran with everyone. So he's watching everyone about to get blown out of the sky. even mentioning like one of the things that he was horrified by and thinking about all this was like, am I creating a group of monsters who can kill the person whose daughter they were based off of? Because remember when Kuma was talking to Vegapunk like, hey, what does it mean to not have my senses and all that? Well, would you kill a child? Here's the example, right in front of us. Oda just like, yeah, remember when I mentioned that for Kuma? That's gonna be a thing for his little Kumas. Wild writing.
Oh yeah.
Wild writing.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like we're in agreement. Vegapunk could be the MVP of the chapter.
Yes. Just because of how much effort Oda has put into making Vegapunk seem like a good guy. He's not like bad at all. So I'm thinking he really wants us to be on his side.
Okay. What are the thoughts on the poll?
Oh, well, the poll should... Oh, have we not done the poll yet?
No, I haven't done
the poll. The poll, I think, it should be on the final panel. So, how come, who... I'm trying to think how to frame the question.
All capital letters. Who is this?
Oh, yeah. Who is this?
Blackbeard?
Blackbeard right. Blackbeard, Shanks, or Luffy's fleet. The Straw Hat fleet. We're still waiting for them to come into the story.
My thoughts are, like, if it is the Blackbeard pirates, like, yeah, you can go ahead and
I've got Blackbeard pirates, Shanks, and then Straw Hat Grand Fleet. Do we want to replace Blackbeard pirates with something else, and we could just be Blackbeard or Blackbeard pirates?
Yeah, I kind of like combining that so that...
I don't know if it is Blackbeard himself.
What?
He should be, yeah.
Alone?
Yeah.
He's gonna be alone?
I'm thinking, because at the moment, like, this is happening simultaneously, I think almost at the same time, Blackbeard was with Law.
That's why I'm combining Blackbeard pirates. So it could be Blackbeard or Blackbeard pirates, Shanks, Straw Hat Grand Fleets, or Revolutionary Army.
I think I'll say Blackbeard pirates, Grand Fleet, or Revolutionary Army.
Drew, Revolutionary Army good for you?
I mean, maybe. Oh! No, but think about this. They saw Kuma take off. So we know that all the important people of the Revolutionary Army are at least still halfway across the world.
That is a very good point. That is a very good point.
I feel like he did that.
Shanks and Blackbeard.
So we could just go with the three options then?
I think so. I mean, just because the Revolutionaries, if it was shown how far away they are, they're in Kamabaka Kingdom or whatever, which is in the New World, or Grand Line. No, what do you call that?
I'm just gonna change this to other.
Other.
Cool. The poll is up and out. Let's see what the community decides.
Yes, what I was saying earlier is, I'm just thinking, like, the Blackbeard pirates, even though, like, yeah, there's a high chance that, because we've seen the ship, like, in front of head, literally outside the island. I'm thinking, why would they, given what we know about them, why would they save just a bunch of scientists? Just
I don't know if
you
want to think of it as saving scientists or sinking Marines.
Well, yeah, you could look at it that way also.
like that's one of the things. Like, hey, we're saved. Who is it? Oh, it's the Blackbeard pirates! Oh no! Like,
Oh no, we're all dead.
I do think that it is very much like out of the fire into the wait, what is it? Out of the fire into the pan kind of thing.
Out of the frying pan into the fire.
Yes, out of the frying pan and into the fire. Literally, like it's yeah. It's, I do foresee that kind more or less being they may not have been saved. Were they really saved, quote unquote? Because we've already seen the Blackbeard pirates take Marines cack. If he's wanting to create his own country, a boat full, actually, holy cow, that's terrifying. If full of lead got a hold of like the Nazi scientists after World War II, and everyone's just like taking them. Like everyone's gonna be snatching up Vegapunk scientists because they know all this stuff. Them in Blackbeard's country is like terrifying.
Imagine the Mother Flame being used on Marijoa.
Imagine
like,
them cloning Garp.
What?
Imagine them making a Seraphim Garp.
Oh.
Oh my god.
That is crazy.
Like
Hey,
that's the level of craziness that we're at right now. Because they have Garp, so they can they could have his DNA or whatever they call the lineage factor, whatever the hell they call it. So, and all you need is like one of the Vegapunk scientists who's like, I was in the cloning division. Like, I was in the service.
And then that means they won't need original devil fruits anymore. They can make a clone.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Any devil fruit.
And that kind of goes along with the theme that like how Kaido was creating that type of army. I could see Blackbeard definitely creating that type of army. Oh, woof.
But I guess if Caesar failed, if Caesar himself failed, a lowly lab scientist has no chance of succeeding in that.
I'm just glad that Caesar blew up Punk Hazard so Bonnie could be saved. I just want to put that out there. Thank you, Caesar Clown, for saving Bonnie and killing Kuma. Just gonna put that one out there. Just let that one breathe. Thoughts on the island being evacuated except for Kizaru and St. J. Garcia?
Yeah,
That's
like,
just pretty
when
straightforward.
Kizaru, how long are you gonna be freaking bad guy? When are you gonna decide?
So, the Lucci one, you're still upset over. Now you're just like, Kizaru, you gotta pull through for me. Lucci didn't stay a good guy. I need you.
I don't want to put too much hope on Kizaru yet, until for now, I don't want to put too much hope on him until I see something like a significant sign, something major that will say, okay, there's something about Kizaru, because right now he's just too vague.
I think too vague is a very good way of putting that. Let's see here. Be sure to go vote for all of those who are watching back. We'll probably go for another 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll see how the votes tally up. And for those who are just getting here, hi, how's it going? We do a community poll on just how everyone's feeling about the chapter and what our thoughts are, and it's really
who's
just
popping up at the end of 11:05.
Yeah.
You know, who is it? Who'd it be? And remember when I said I got spoiled this week?
That's
because
what
I
it
was
was?
they were guessing. They were like, oh, Admiral, both of them said the same thing, that they thought Eiichiro, freaking Dragon was there, freaking.
But again, to your logic, Eiichiro is literally just smoked him, literally, and figuratively.
Marijoa.
Yeah. So it's just.
They have enough firepower over there, for God's sakes. You know, they have enough
firepower.
I mean, for God's sakes, they have enough against Egghead. The only thing that would make the story interesting is if there was a third party against the world government, because then they'd be fighting on two fronts. But right now, the Straw Hats are on the back foot right now. They're getting their butts kicked. Even Zoro is getting handled by Lucci. Like he's getting, like he isn't able to put him down. He's not able to slash Lucci.
So
he's not able to give
that
people
is, are
lion
you
song.
going into this? Were you expecting Zoro to be the one who's going to handle Lucci? Are you? Because I'm surprised that Zoro is handling the one that was rival to Luffy. So I'm more like,
yeah, but that's like an old boss. Okay, Zoro took care of the shark guy before Luffy ever took care of him. In Fishman Island, he took care of the shark man. He slashed him underwater. He had that Hody. He had Hody wrapped up in the beginning.
Sure.
The idea is that Zoro is not like maybe he's not as strong as Luffy, but always the idea is that Zoro and Luffy are the strongest.
Sure.
And then Sanji comes in there and kind of shuffles up the deck a little bit or whatever. But the idea though is that Zoro is a fighter. That's it. He doesn't cook. He doesn't clean. Like he doesn't show. I don't know how that song goes, but yeah, Zoro's like fighter, and so this is really surprising, unless you think about it in a narrative sense that we have to distract Zoro, because if he's against the Gorosei, he's gonna go nuts, and he's gonna go like, laser beam him with his katana. So we need to separate Zoro from the story for a little bit. We have to have him do a Luffy distraction, basically.
So
maybe that
Zoro. Who is with Zoro? Is it Zoro alone versus Lucci? I think Haku is there also, right?
Whatever Jinbei's doing.
They just said Jinbei's on his way to put a